you. So welcome to half an hour of kind of at least 50% of nonsense. Thanks for the happy birthdays. This is a new T-shirt that Paolo brought to me about a couple of hours ago, just to make sure that everyone knows that I have an insane passion for steam trains at my age of 27, as Mordante is rightly saying in the chat. Thanks. So as you can see, we don't have tea today now because, by the way, I know that a lot of you really wanted to follow the ParadoxCon event, and we appreciate for the fact that you are here with us. But because you are missing kind of key bits of information from that event that we're following since the morning, and we still have to find something cool about it. But anyway, we have decided to drop the event live in the chat. So to make sure you don't miss anything, you'll still be following ParadoxCon there. So if they're making an announcement of Victoria 4 or Stellaris 5 or anything, you'll have it there in the bottom corner of the screen. So that's us giving an industry-wide service and make sure that you don't miss any news at all. Now, important bits of information. Now you know that today is the birthday, so we couldn't do any tea because you don't drink tea at your birthday. So we are going to make sure you learn a key Italian recipe. So what I have here with me is some gin. I have Campari bitter. Here it is, Campari bitter. And we have vermouth. This is actually saying vermouth product bottled in 2020. So this is a COVID vermouth. We are going to make Negroni for you. I'm gonna make Negroni for Bruno as well. As you know, we start with gin because it's the highest alcohol grade of the three. I don't know if Twitch is going to cut us for this, but we'll make sure that we toast for my birthday before they do that. Okay. All right, that's one. Then after that, we've got the Campari bitter. Campari bitter, Italian product, of course. The gin is not Italian. I didn't find an Italian gin in time. But thanks for resubscribing, Pyriklos. That's good that you resubscribe today. You win an award for that. This is done here. You know that this is going to be banned by someone, I guess, but hopefully we'll go through this quickly. We have another subscriber, Terrier 439 for 20 months. Wow, you're insanely rich. Another one, Chaplain Bacchus for 4 months. You're less rich than the previous guy, but we still appreciate the resubscription. Thanks, guys. Thanks for subscribing. We are now 81 subscribers short of adding Philo Glory 2 Medieval. Bruno, here is your Negroni.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
You know what? I think this is how you have to spend your birthday. There's no better way to doing that. Salute to everyone in the chat. Now we also have some news for you. Yesterday we released the Field of Glory 2 Medieval Reconquista alongside a huge patch. This is my Negroni spilled list of changes, the changelog for the patch. I'm going to go through some of the stuff that's the key things. Pat, and thanks for subscribing. Cat G2000 Cat GH 2000. Pat and RBS have worked on the Mediterranean and Middle Eastern maps that they've added to the game. Mordante, let us know if you like the new maps, and the steppe grass have been given a makeover, and we keep adding subscribers. I'm going to do more Negronis because this is paying off pretty massively. Then we have the streams in Frozen have been given reflective water. It's good for fans of Frozen in general, but also, of course, also for fans of Field of Glory 2. There's a long list of units being added, but also the unit points cost balancing has been readdressed by Richard. So there's a long list of, again, new point cost balancing that you'll see in the game. And I think you'll see it reflecting on a lot of the skirmish maps as well. Army lists, again, long list of changes on the army lists. As you know, I struggle to find a way of explaining what an army list is to non-war gamers. That's my my big challenge all the time. But as you know what army lists are. There's a lot of custom army list files removed from the Northern Crusade campaign and so on, and there's a lot of little fixes there. As you know, RBS keeps listening to community feedback and fixing a lot of stuff. So that's an important part. And by the way, the Reconquista DLC has sold very, very well. So thank you guys for downloading and buying the game. At some point, we thought it wasn't even a DLC. It was selling so well. The attach rate, which is the number of people actually buying off their after owning the main game, has been really, really good. So thanks for being so loyal to the series, guys. Really, from the bottom of my heart and from the bottom of my glass of Negroni. Also, other things. Lots of AI fixes. We've done some multiplayer fixes in view of the tournament that will launch on Monday. So you'll be able to subscribe to the tournament, or to Reconquista tournament on Monday. And we're also preparing a big battle event for the Battle of Las Navas de Tolosa in July. By the way, I want to thank Lionheart X10 for dropping a great video at release on the game, and it was massive help in explaining what the game is when we launched yesterday. And we love what Lionheart is doing to his for the game. Also Richard York and everyone else who's playing the game day one. Thank you very much. Lots of bug fixes, but I won't go through bug fixes because that's too much of a long list. So this was for Field of Glory 2 Medieval. The guys are still chatting about Empire of Sin. So no big announcement yet. I mean, the big announcements are later anyway, so we wouldn't be going live with the big announcements going, but there's always some leaks and things. So we might be the ones that are first to announce that actually Victoria 3 is being worked on. But who knows? Who knows? Right. So that was for Field of Glory 2 Medieval. Just checking. Richard York, the Folk 2 ambassador. Richard York is not only an ambassador, but he kicks Paolo's asses all the time and with great pleasure. So. That's kudos to Richard York for that, and thanks for the patch notes, Mantuvek, for a full list of what is happening on Field of Glory 2 Medieval. Alberto should drink every time he says so. Van Bishop, yes, but. You haven't seen Alberto drunk, and it's not a great show, to be honest. So I avoid that if possible. Do I say so a lot of times? I say a lot of times. That's what my wife says, but I'm trying to improve. Battle sector. Alberto has prepared some happy birthday screenshots for me. So this is what Alberto would like to do to me after every meeting. So come on with a slideshow of the photo mode. This is me after a meeting with Alberto every time. Just go full screen so that we can see all the blood and gore and everything else spitting out of these screenshots. Yeah, so this is a meeting at the marketing team. Usually that's how it ends up. You can see it very clearly that we the Tyranids like to. This is the Epsom office, and after refurbishment, and this is the Home of Wargamers event when we do it live with actual people. So yeah, so this is all stuff done with the photo mode. What I look forward is when the game releases in July 15th, I look forward for you guys to actually play a lot with this tool and post a lot of very cool screenshots, because really, other than the blood and gore and so on, it's really something that captures the idea of, okay, this is almost like a minis game but on screen in digital version. And because I'm a big fan of close-ups of tabletop wargame tournaments in photo mode. Having that as a tool, I'd love to have that as a tool on Field of Glory as well, but of course Field of Glory has not, the depth and the textures and the 3D models that Battle Sector has. So it's good to have it there. So if it works there, why not? We can convince to make a big upgrade on the Field of Glory and make sure that all that also happens one day. But it's really, really cool. And by the way, this is going to be the first Slitherine game ever to have an adult rating because of the blood and gore. It's a change for us. We haven't had any of that in the past. So good news for that. Good news. Well, it's something completely different and new. I mean, the last bit of scare we had of not being able to sell the game to everyone was when Germany blocked some of our World War II games because they had swastikas and real names of generals and such. But Eric, great bug fixing pictures. Actually, that's a good point there. Absolutely. Eric actually yesterday told me you should let people know that Flashpoint campaign Southern Storm is not releasing this year. So I'm giving you the sad news whilst I drink a little bit. So any comment will be less touching me less about that. So we'll update the schedule next week by saying that Flashpoint campaign Southern Storm is definitely going to release next year. And Eric and I will explain you why next time we can do it. But definitely, it could Pike and Shot 2 or Fog Napoleonic or Horse and Musket era game could be a perfect fit for a photo mode feature. I actually agree, Pixel. The thing is that these games sell vastly less than an ancient or a medieval game. So it's harder to invest a lot more in graphics for a game that's based on these historical periods, because they're much riskier in terms of sales, in terms of numbers. So you end up having a very cool looking game and less public playing it. So it's that's a big risk. Right. So on other subjects, let us fund them. Mordante, you fund our food every day already. I couldn't ask you for more money. That'd be too much, and I'd feel guilty. But if you're super rich and want to invest in something, then let's talk about it. I'll give you my email. Right. So one other bit of information. Yesterday, I think we talked about Shadow Empire. And okay, we've got 6.5 minutes of nothing at ParadoxCon. So ask everyone at ParadoxCon to come over here so we discuss Shadow Empire. Yesterday we talked about Shadow Empire and how we are trying to improve the game without having you spend more money, because the game is already so big. You know, selling DLCs would be a weird way of, you know, of giving you more content. So I'm going to read this through a little bit because this is coming from Vic and Roberta. So I don't want to have anything wrong, get anything wrong here. So the starting point is that there's been a lot of requests over the past year, since Shadow Empire released, about modding. Now we are now adding a story and stratagem editor to the game. So the story and stratagem editor is a first move into the direction of having an editor, a full editor in the game. The reason why we're doing this first step is that these are the parts of the game that are most suited to creating mod libraries, and they're a little bit more self-contained without touching much of the other functionalities of the game. The story of stratagem editor has a full 50 pages manual, and you can already find this. Robbie is putting the link, to the forums there. So the Torfino, this is the best T-shirt. I actually play with trains whenever I can, when my kids are allowing me to do so. With H0 scale trains, and it's the funniest thing ever. So if you don't do it, start now and buy Shadow Empire. So it will be 50 pages manual coming with the story and stratagem editor. And I want to quote Vic. This is coming from a chat between us. This is, why he's doing and how he's doing story and stratagem editor. The right person with the right perseverance can do amazing stuff with this. I think we have to go all out on disclaimers with this one, as I am basically giving a 40 pages manual and the keys to a nuclear plant. So this is coming directly from Vic. It's an email, and so if you're looking at improving your Shadow Empire experience, just try it out. It's in beta now, so you can download it, you can access it, play it a little bit until we publish it for good. Not sure he spent more money on games published by Slitherine, on train games and DLCs. I spent more money on train games and DLCs and trains and tracks, because I get every Slitherine game for free. But I see your point, Kamistar, and so it's a dilemma, how to spend your time every day. Right. So after that, I think Roberta had something, right? Earlier on, she said about what was it? Valor and Victory. Yeah, Valor and Victory. We are approaching release. It's June. It's in June 20 something. Don't correct me if I'm wrong. I already half through my glass, so I'm not correct. Listen, this is efficiency. This is Swiss efficiency from Veneto. So Valor and Victory coming on 17th of June. I was wrong. And we're starting to test the tournament mode. So we are now we now have a test tournament live in the beta, and this is going to be the first game actually after Philo Glory 2 Medieval that releases day and date with the tournament system. So I'm pretty excited about it. And in marketing, we push so much for tournaments. They are a key element of of the life cycle of a product. So make sure that you prove us right and you subscribe to tournaments all the time, because it's a great way of enjoying a game. It's a great way of, even if you lose, I lose all the time. I'm very bad at tournaments, but I keep playing all the tournaments because they're a great way of interacting with other players. So I really enjoy it, and it's also a great way to to prove yourself. See how good you are. Paolo, for instance, he's very good at single players and fighting against the AI, but when it comes to tournaments, he's pretty hopeless. So help our PR manager improve his skills in tournaments, please. Right. So other things, I wanted to show you something, because Bruno said we're going to talk about Stargate, and I was going to say something about Stargate. So I wanted to. I can't say much, to be honest. So it's not going to be great, but a lot of information, giving away a lot of information. AC Milan, I hope, beat Atalanta this week, and massive game. I don't really know what you're talking about, but I'm sure it's important. Mantuvek in this chat is an AC Milan fan, so he will be saying if it's really an important game. I know that basket team Olimpia Milano is playing the Final Four of European League or EuroLeague basketball. That's more important, of course. And so I wanted to show you this. This is an exclusive document. This is the first document we sent to MGM when we pitched for the license. And this is inside here. There's a high-level game design, and this is a working title. We're going to call the game Stargate Command. And this is something we sent them to convince them that our idea for a game was fantastic. And this is what got us the license. It's a 10-page document, and there's mock-ups of the game inside as well. And I want to give you a little bit of a overview. Stargate Command, which is now called Stargate Timekeepers. Marco cares more about a Maneskin victory this weekend. I do. Saturday evening, vote for Maneskin to win the Eurovision Song Contest. Anyone who's outside of Italy can give an important vote for Italy to win the Eurovision Song Contest. Please. Stargate Command is an RTT game focusing on stealth gameplay and character development. I gave away stuff about the game here, so make sure that you listen. The game will offer a single-player campaign, and the story takes place in the SG-1 series. However, we will only loosely refer to the series. I think I gave away a lot of information. Now, everyone who's a fan of Stargate out there, because we're seeing reaction videos about the trailer, what the game is going to be about, and so on. I think in these 4 lines I read, I gave away a little bit. And we can run, dissecting videos about, oh, did he mean this? Did he mean that? And so on. So this might be an interesting thing. Like, what else can I say? To realize our vision, we need to ensure that the game is inviting and accessible. Visuals must be stunning, but also legible and clear. Actions need to be visible, spectacular, and easy to understand, to make sure it's easy to grasp and to jump into the core concept. Boom. And in the meantime, the guys at Paradox are just chatting. We're giving away stuff like crazy, and they're just chatting. So, I think we win hands down, and in half an hour we gave away more information than they did in 5 hours. So, and Robbie's gonna kill me because I'm giving away a lot of information about the game. This was not in the marketing plan, Marco. I know, Robbie. I know. This is thanks to the Negroni. Paradox win on hair. Thanks, Ian. I agree with you. I do agree with you. They win on hair, but having Dave Grohl presenting the whole thing is a big advantage. So I'll make sure I wear a wig next time. Campari, it's a Negroni. Gosh, why do you always have these weird nicknames? I can't even pronounce this. Vic, it's a Negroni. We did the Negroni when we started, so. Slitherine on accent, of course I do. I have to improve on my English, British English accent. But you know, JD is Scottish, so his accent is worse than mine, of course. This Italian comic style will not go down very well with my partners, by the way. And so if Maneskin win, please do the next stream with their performance outfit. You'd look great in leather. If you provide it to me, I will. If Maneskin win, I will do that. David, you have a bet here. If they win, I'll do it. I hope, but no, I'll do it. Okay. And I've started Commandos Shadow Taxi. This Battle's game could be neat. Also, Silent Storm levels of environment destruction could be cool to see in modern game. Pixel. That would be giving away too much. But we have information about that. And okie dokie. So I managed to get up to 180 people following this nonsense. So. But in the meantime, you know, on the orange room, they're having probably more than 4,000. So I need to improve on a lot of aspects. One of the we got 3 minutes left, so I will be getting away with answering your questions if you have any, and finishing it up with my drinking. And wear a mannequin like Borat. That's the Maneskin style. Yeah, that's exactly that. So I'm not sure I'm prepared for that, but if Maneskin win, we might think about it. We'll be able to play the gold. I can't answer that question, Claude. I'm sorry. Status on Starship Troopers beta. I was on a call with Sony Pictures yesterday, and some developer said we are just probably 2-3 weeks away from beta, and so it's probably realistic 2-3 weeks away from beta of Starship Troopers. Will be able to play Klingons at least. I didn't drink that much. But I wish I could do a Klingons game one day. Who knows? Starship Troopers release date and pre-orders. Release date not yet. Pre-orders, I don't even know if we're going to do these pre-orders. We decided later in the cycle, so we don't know. And to be honest, pre-orders, we decide to do them when we have a clear release date. So we don't just start pre-orders and see what happens. And so I'd wait for that. Can you put this in a good word for me so I get access to the Starship Trooper beta? Sparky McDuff goes in the beta because it's my birthday. Alberto, put your username, Slitherine username in this chat, and we'll have Sparky on the beta. And he gets in the beta. See, you just have to ask. See, perfect. All right, guys. Well, I think I'm going to finish this off in a separate room whilst I finish working. It's not, the work day is not finished yet. And I will be seeing you next week. Next week is a big week because we release Command Professional Edition 2, and it's a big stuff. It's big stuff happening. We are adding a lot. Thanks for subscribing, following actually. Ortega Unleashed. And we are going to release Command 2 for professionals. We are going to give you a lot of information about that, and a lot of information about some of the stuff that will come to the consumer civilians edition, and make sure that you are involved in that. And we're going to have more updates on upcoming games. And so make sure that you follow us, Damien Warrior of Corn. You're giving away your fandom there. Thanks for following us. I'll be finishing off work, going for a dinner. We can only dine outside here in Italy at the moment, and they're giving very bad weather forecast for the evening, so I might have to cancel that, but hopefully not. And we'll see you next week on Thursday. Thanks for following us. Thanks for being with us, and I will see you on Thursday. Bye.